Okay, my head's not cut off this time. Great. And you are?
I'm Jeff Shick with the Small Business Development Centers.
In where? Where are we?
We're in Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio. And you are?
I'm Joshua Koch, CEO of EcoChem Alternative Fuel.
Wonderful. And what we're going to talk about is, see, this is a government bureaucrat, who's helping this young entrepreneur. And tell us about the services, Jeff, that you have here.
The Small Business Administration provides funding to all of the states to put together an infrastructure of humans who talk to business and industry about business planning, market planning, financial planning. Josh is an example of the kind of businesses that come to us looking for the planning side, the coaching side to develop a new business.
So you're like a free consulting service for entrepreneurs to come to, and they're looking to start a business?
That's correct. Congress identified SBA to have two broad purposes. One, to have small business loans and to have small business assistance programs, and we're a part of that assistance infrastructure across the state, or across the country actually. They send money to the state of Ohio. The state of Ohio matches those dollars, and we use those to hire people like myself as consultants with business experience coaching the new entrepreneurs.
Wow. So now if I wanted to say, I would do, and you have an energy-related invention, right?
That's correct.
All right. And what is it? Just a little bit about?
The EcoChem Alternative team has basically created a refining process that creates a hotter, faster, more complete combustion diesel fuel.
So it's a better diesel product.
That's right.
For people who use diesel fuels, right?
That's correct.
So you were sitting there and had this brainy idea and said, what am I going to do with this great idea? Is that...
Well, it didn't exactly happen that way. We have an incredible team of engineers that, we looked at some technologies and kind of put two and two together, literally. And, with some marketing and some branding strategies. And through a unit, a team effort, we've been able to do some great things.
So did you start with a lot of money, like a rich uncle or something, to help do all this, or what?
We bootstrapped the operation up until this point. We'll continue to do so until we have the proper funding.
You mean you have no money?
That's right. That's right.
So you had no money and you came to the government. That's like Wall Street, isn't it?
That's right. That's right.
When they ran out of money, they came to the
That's
government.
right.
So you didn't even start with money.
No,
But this is your job here, right?
That's right. We help folks like Josh really understand where the opportunity is for their product, what the business looks like today, and help them prepare to package it and organize it and get ready to market it to people with money, with venture capital. He's not even ready for loan money yet. He needs very early money. He needs friends and family who are rich, or he needs angel investors or venture investors. He couldn't even go to the bank today because he's too early on in the development of the business.
So, and you help them with every stage?
We're trying to. Actually, he came to us with his ideas, and mostly what we're doing is I would say, coaching and helping him see the mistakes he could be making. Mm-hmm. As you can tell, he's very energetic, and he knows where he wants to go. He knows there's a niche in the market for his product. He wants to take that product there. So we're helping him steer away from the big mistakes and coaching him over the little mistakes.
Now, does the service, that you provide, but it helps, if you're not as far along as Josh is in thinking about it, what happens if you just came up? Actually, there's some products in the back here. If people, these are people you helped with, right?
Yeah, we have a whole program focused on new technologies. This product is a latch for semi-truck doors when they're open, and it latches the door in place more solidly. This fellow came to us with the idea, but had no plans on how to find a market channel, approach the market channel. He could build it, he could weld it, he could paint it, but that was as far as he could go.
What about an invention company? Why wouldn't he go to one of those?
Some of those invention companies like to take the money out of the inventor's pocket, not out of the invention after it hits the market. And so we're very cautious about those invention companies.
Yeah, I am too, and that's why, to me, you hear these ads for the invention companies all the time, inventors want it, inventors want it. You call them up, and what they want is your money, And when you have people like you, will basically do the same thing as an invention company and could save you thousands or tens of thousands of dollars.
What's interesting is we can help them do a lot of it themselves. Most of the people don't realize the resource infrastructure for them today with the internet, with the access of the Patent Trademark Office over the internet, with good marketing techniques, good marketing strategies. You don't need to go to someone else who's miles and miles and miles away who want to take your money. Right. In the last 3 years, we've taken 3 or 4 businesses to the point where they've said, I'm going to call and cancel my check to the invention companies.
Really? So they
And so they've saved money. They've
Right.
saved tens of thousands of dollars by not sending money to those companies.
Now
It's not what we have here in Josh.
Right, I know. He never got there.
Yeah.
Let me go through some of these other products. What's that, relish back there?
This is a neat one. I love this idea. The woman, I love her title, Commander of Operations.
Commander,
And
Salamander.
she, like so many people, has a family recipe that's wonderful, and she wants to commercialize that recipe. She calls it Relish the Harvest, and essentially she's commercializing her mother's sweet relish recipe.
Wow.
Wonderful. Can't do it all by herself. She came to a university looking for support. There's an awful lot of packaging, a lot of sanitation, a lot of labeling requirements that are necessary. She didn't know how to do that. We helped match her up with all of those necessary points of thinking, planning, and processing to build a business.
So, so she could hire these other consultants? You find the consultants to hire, or these are free services?
Ohio is a nice infrastructure. Almost everything she's accessed today has been for free.
Uh-huh.
She will get to a point where she has to pay for
Right.
things that have to be done. I have another example of something like that.
Yes.
This is a lovely product. This will go on the market in January. This is caffeinated water, and it can be...
That's what I need.
It's completely clear, and what we had to do was make sure that the protocols they used to produce the caffeinated water would be the same if it was being produced in Ohio, in Florida, in California. You see, you don't produce water and bottle it everywhere. You sell water near where you're bottling it. And it's not like bottling spring water.
Wow.
This has to follow an exact protocol, an exact recipe. So this company had to pay for some services here to create the protocol, the recipe, which is secret now. And we're at the point now of helping them find venture capital.
Oh, I see. So you help the businesses, like Josh, raise money, and that's the kind of, I guess, stage you're at now with Josh, trying to get him off the ground, finding the money. You have something with a local city up the road going on with him.
We do. One of the neat things about Josh's idea is he's got a trade secret,
Uh-huh.
and that's really a good thing. Keep it secret. Have a patent, have a trademark, have a copyright, or just plain keep your mouth shut. Well,
Right.
Josh is smart that way. He's not letting anybody know. But,
Right.
but he has a product that will be approved by the EPA in the next 3 weeks for manufacture of fuel, a clean diesel fuel that burns hotter than any diesel fuel, so you get better power. It burns cleaner than any diesel fuel, so you get a great advantage to the environment. A local community about 30 miles east of here, Licking County, is building a brand new road for their economic development. Well, we've talked to them, and they want to test his fuel, use it as a demonstration on the construction of this project. So very exciting.
Like the equipment used to build the road uses diesel fuel?
Right. That's right.
And so they're going to buy your diesel fuel?
That's correct.
He's got to sell. So you're doing his marketing for him.
We're helping. Josh knows marketing.
Right.
He, like yourself, a tremendous
Yeah.
amount of energy, a lot of insight, and he doesn't quit. He's persistent. He stays with it, stays with it, stays with it. He knows
And that's
every
why-
morning he wakes up to sell his business.
To me, the question mark soon is, Josh could do anything. He doesn't know where to go. You have to ask the question. How would he know about, what is that, ex-Air Force base or wherever he's going for that economic development thing?
That's exactly right.
And that's you don't know the questions to ask, or your service. People out there, they have a relish idea or whatever, and they want to spend thousands of dollars because you don't know your options in this world. And that's what frustrates me so much. So how was your experience with these guys?
Oh, it's incredible. I've had other opportunities to get in front of private companies that were interested in working with us on this side and helping us promote the petroleum, but most of them were basically interested in their own abilities to maneuver ownership.
Rip you off.
Basically,
Dog eat dog out there.
It's 10% for the owner, 90% for
see.
the capital contributor. So, it's a breath of fresh air to be able to come into, an establishment like this, to have, someone as solid as Jeff and Michael Bowers and just the team that they have at their fingertips. 25 years of experience. It's just it's simply it's priceless. To have that and the comfort to know that they're not just going to steal it from you. Their motives are simply to improve economic development.
And that's, I can't get over how people think of using the government services last, and they'll go and pay somebody, whose really motive is just to get your money. I mean, if somebody's helping you out there, right, a private company, their motive is to get more money from you one way or another, right?
That's right.
Now, Jeff's motive is just to help you.
It's incredible.
That's all it is. No motive. I mean, that's what. Why not everybody understand this? But it's the same, actually. Like I see credit counseling services out there. The government provides free stuff. They're giving experts. You know, like Jeff's an expert, 20 years of experience. They give them money to help credit counseling for free. And these hucksters on late night TV, I know they have to spend a lot of money on those commercials, and they have to get that money back from them somehow. And all this stuff is out there. Wonderful. Now, so you're half funded by the federal government and half funded by the state.
That's right. It's a partnership. The Small Business Administration provides money to the State of Ohio's Department of Development. In the Department of Development, they manage that federal dollar and bring it to the local communities all across the state of Ohio. We have 30 offices. Some of them are targeted specifically to manufacturing and technology. That's where I am. That's why Josh came to me. We do commercialization and product design and development. We have others that look at every type of business, general business community, and we have services around international trade support when he's ready and he wants to go 2 miles north to Windsor and start selling his product offshore. We have an expert in international trade. If he wants to work with the federal government in selling his fuel to the federal vehicle fleet, we have procurement experts in our program as well. So it's very broad-based. And as you said, the purpose is to help us network smaller businesses into business opportunities, market their business opportunities, and make sure they do it with the right kind of financial backing and not get their ideas stolen by people who are just after their money.
Now, what's the government's motive to do this? Why does the government do this?
Overall, it's economic development in a broad term, but in Ohio, our program has a tremendous focus on innovation, on new products. Tomorrow's economy is not going to have the same products we have today. You know well, and the role of science and engineering from the federal agencies to the universities to the state government programs really is creating our future economy. And our infrastructure of our small business development centers is designed to help capture talent with an idea, package it into a nice business that can make money. That's the future economy. It's around innovation.
So economic development, it really means jobs.
It means jobs. It does mean jobs. That's right.
And that's what it's all about. So the government does this, a great job, so we grow as a country, and India slows down.
Well, they're not going to slow down. That's the
exactly
challenge. And
right.
our pace of innovation has to be consistently increasing. If we're not consistently increasing the pace of innovation, we will fall behind. Other people will continue to run.
Right.
They have traction under their feet. That's where we have Josh today, and we've talked a little bit about that. Look where you are. Where are you today? We have this demonstration project, but project into the future. I might have to go international.
Right.
And that's great.
Oh,
but let's look where we are today, get traction, do it smart, be careful, but think innovation.
And what did you learn from the program, or how did you find out about him?
Well, actually, a woman named Eleanor Grande, who is a business-to-business consultant, she used to work for the Small Business Administration. Actually, that's where I had met her about 8 years ago on another project. And since then, we've become very good friends. She now is just doing her own venture, but she actually had the opportunity to listen to Jeff speak at a seminar, and she was so thrilled with Jeff's ability and knowledge. She said, "You've got to meet this guy.
Right.
You've got to meet him." And so, it probably took me about 3-4 weeks of her just thralling me, telling me, that you need to really go see this guy. So I set a meeting up with Jeff and came in and had a really good conversation with him. He sent me packing, and he said, "Come back with this, and this." And
I give you homework.
Well, I think in his business, he has to evaluate the student and see, is this really
are you worth investing?
Are you worth investing my time in what you're doing? And if so, we're here to help. Right. But if you're here and
you want a quick fix.
That's right. If you're not serious about your venture and you're not 110% committed to what you're doing, you can't expect someone else to come in and spend their time on it when there are other people that are certainly that committed.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's terrific, and that's great because so many people, and I think that's what the entrepreneur or the business opportunity people are they? I'll give somebody $500, I'll be a millionaire in 2 weeks or something like that. Or as you mentioned off the air earlier about $6,000. Who was that? Tell that story about that lady who was trying to start a business in software.
Oh, the poor lady lost her job, and we've had a lot of that in Ohio in the last 6 months. And someone asked her or sent her an email saying, "I have your future employment." All you have to do is give me $6,000
Simple.
on your credit card, and I'll help you set up a business. Well, we worry about those kind of opportunities, and one of the nice things about the SBDs, the Small Business Development Infrastructure, if that company was in Cincinnati, I would have called my peer in Cincinnati and said, talk to me about that company, teach me so that I can teach my business how to avoid problems. Well, this company happened to be in another state, 1,500 miles away. And I called my peer in that state who did a drive-by and told me about the business, gave me some real understanding of what they could be going into. So the role of government in helping is not to do Josh's work.
Right.
It's to help them gain access to the information,
Right.
help them understand the environment in which they're trying to do work, and let them make decisions.
Right.
He's allowed to fail.
Exactly.
I don't want him to. He's allowed to fail, but we're going to try and help him
Right.
not fail.
Yeah. Well, it's just having that knowledge, like knowledge about somebody driving by that, one-room office or whatever is going to set them up in a big software company, and all they really want probably just the $6,000.
They wanted Christmas money for themselves.
Exactly, yeah, that's what it is, and that's what anybody out there thinking of, you have an invention, you're thinking about starting a business, you're going to give somebody. I say the cutoff is $100, kind of thing, and otherwise, you could, maybe most of us could, maybe you lose $100. Well, what you really learn from most of these things is not to do it again. You may learn something, but it's certainly not going to be how to make money. It's not how to lose money from these people. And that's it. I spent my life using services like this for my Fortune 500 clients when I started in this stuff, and that's why I want the average person on the street to realize your government has this help, and the motives are so much better too. I think in government doing this than some huckster. All they want your money, they'll and I know I'm the same way. Like on television, I spend 24 hours a day. What do I say on television to get that sale? And that's all I think about. You don't have to sell because you're giving away free, But as a result, you don't advertise. Yeah,
that's right. We do very little advertising.
Yeah.
The Small Business Administration has a nice website for business planning. I can't tell people loudly enough and more frequently enough that good planning makes for good business.
Yeah.
Understanding marketing makes for good business. Josh knows that there is one secret to his success, and that's having his secret product protected and marketing like crazy at the right time, into the right business channels, to the right executives. That's it.
What was your biggest surprise about using Jeff and the services here?
The network. It's
Right.
enormous. It's an enormous network of. There's so much ethics that are involved with this network, and it's just a trust. The value of trust is so important to our organization and what we're doing because of trade secrets and because of branding and our marketing messages. They're very they're important to us, and we've worked very hard on them. And to have the secrecy, if you will, or at least knowing that it's not going anywhere, is really important to us. And like I said, we go back to the network. It's massive. It's enormous, and it's been built over 20 plus years, and it spans all over the United States and even globally. So.
How many centers are there like this right now?
In Ohio, we have more than 30 centers.
So what we got, about 3,000 around the country?
Nearly that, that's right. And at every territory of the country as well. Dominican Republic and Guam,
I see.
etc.
Really?
They all have small business development center programs as well. We're a part of a national system. There is a association of small business development centers. So you really fall into a network of folks. They, as I said, work with general business. There are a number of SBDC programs nationwide now that are targeting specifically to manufacturing, technology, new product design and development, really around innovation. As I say, the future economy is about moving innovation in and around business all the time, changing what you're doing.
How about a relish kind of lady?
Well, that's an interesting thing. You're taking an old idea, and there are going to be some innovations in packaging. There are going to be some innovations in marketing that are necessary for her. It's an old recipe, but exactly how she does it, how she hits her market channels, can be different than the other relishers.
Right, I see.
You
don't have to be a high-tech energy guru kind of business. A relish business really involves new technology too, is what you're saying.
That's exactly right. Yeah. And innovation around marketing, innovation around management of money, and in Josh's case, innovation about his trade secrets and protecting his information. You're from the Washington, D.C. area. You know what the Patent Trademark Office is, and and how much trouble it is. It's no secret
Right.
and no surprise that the British didn't burn it down in the War of 1812, because that's where the body of science and engineering that created the new economy.
Right.
And the same is true today. So our colleges and universities, our federal laboratories, those infrastructures are absolutely key.
Yeah.
But managing that knowledge and that information, using good planning techniques, good market research technique, good market analysis, absolutely essential. Your business succeeds because of your market analysis, not only because customers buy your books.
So everything from technology to relish and what other kind of low tech? Well, actually, you're not the low tech side of the business. You have another arm of the business that really deals with
I can show you an example of something that's we won't call it low tech. It's for a low tech problem. Everybody's driveway gets cracks in it. Everybody's sidewalk has cracks in it. The product in this container, Ultimate Crack Filler, was developed by the United States Department of Energy for